Hey there, I'm Amanda. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. If it's your first time, I'm here today to talk about why I choose to teach relaxation tips and tricks and why, in the long run, they don't always work. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like and subscribe and maybe share and follow me on social media for more tips and ideas about relaxation, yoga, movement and meditation. Let's have an honest conversation about this. Firstly, why do I teach stress release techniques? Well, to be honest, more than anyone, I need them. First and foremost, I need them, I use them, and I share them to my students and out here in YouTube world. Back in my early 20s, when I was a university student, I felt overwhelmed with anxiety and tension, symptoms that I didn't fully recognize at the time. I honestly didn't realize how stressed I was. I tried so many different techniques from meditation to yoga, and quite honestly, I hated it. I remember the first time my mother showed me some yoga techniques, I honestly didn't enjoy it at all. And then somewhere around that time, I visited a naturopath, and I can still remember him to this day saying to me, I bet that you have never been relaxed. And him saying that really struck me. If I had never been relaxed, if you have never been relaxed, how do we know what relaxation feels like? And that is exactly why I choose to teach tips and tricks. They give people a taste of what it's like to live in a more relaxed body, even if just for a moment. Okay, so let's talk about the second part of this video topic. Why don't these techniques work in the long run? In yogic philosophy, we know of something called samskaras. They are the habitual ways that we live over a long period of time, often without conscious awareness. Over time, these patterns create deep grooves in the way that we live our lives, becoming habitual ways of being, habitual patterns, if you like. So, if you can imagine a pathway, and at first the pathway might be a bit filled with um, shrubs and rocks, but if we use that pathway enough, it starts to get quite smooth and we create a clearing. And that's exactly what samskaras do. We often get stuck in these habits year after year until maybe at some point we realize that that habit, that way of being, is no longer serving us. And that's why practices like yoga are so helpful. They build an awareness within us that points a spotlight on ways of being that are no longer serving us, ways of living that are no longer supportive physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. When we're exploring stress release tips and tricks, there's a big storm outside. Initially, the path isn't established. Initially, when we try these tips and tricks, they are new to the body and the mind. But if we recognize this new feeling as something that we want to incorporate into our life, we'll make an effort to walk that path regularly. And soon the pathway becomes way more ingrained in our daily life and in our way of being. And soon that becomes the new habit. Soon that becomes the new normal. But here's the catch. The tips and the tricks are only effective as long as they become consistent. When we combine consistency with discipline, it's an aspect of our yogic practice which we know of as tapasya. And tapasya is that discipline to incorporate things, the incorporate using techniques and practices that will be helpful in us releasing tension and tightness from our bodies and from our minds. And that only comes from consistency. If we do something once, what do we expect? But if we do it every day, just a little bit every day, it can make a massive difference to how we're feeling in our body and in our mind. So over time, we become aware of what's happening in our body and our mind as we practice, and we begin to embody the practices. In our human experience, we face numerous challenges. And in order to truly create lasting change within this body and this mind, we need to embody these stress release techniques consistently over a period of time. In the Yoga Sutras, Patanjali emphasized that attaining higher awareness required three components: one, self discipline; two, purification; and three, self study. And so it is my hope that this video serves you well. Incorporate the tips and the tricks into your practice. Let them be a part of a larger practice as you embody a state of self-awareness and create positive change for yourself and out in this world. May each of us be filled with loving kindness and shared humanity. May we all experience peace, wellness, and ease. Thank you for joining me here today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and do comment. Make a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Where do you live? What's happening for you right now? What challenges do you face? Go well, my friend. Namaste.